Today I want to talk about Needlejuice Records. Hi, my name is Tim. Needlejuice Records was started by two men named Austin and Jace. Austin is a member of a band called Nuclear Bubble Wrap, and Jace is a member of Smashy Claw. You may be wondering where I heard about Needlejuice overall. Remember where I first heard about them? But I think a lot of it was my individual record collectors group. I may have heard a little something about Spirit Phone through them, and that brings me to that release. Artist that I was familiar with through the Dr. Demento show was a group called Lemon Demon. Is also known in the electronic music circuit by his real name, Neil Cicerigo. And I know I'm mispronouncing it. I apologize, Neil. But he also has a comedic side known as Lemon Demon. I first got to know of Lemon Demon through Dr. Demento, through the song The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. And I looked at Spirit Phone, and it was going to be released right around Halloween. I don't know if you can see this, but right there is, due to my strong personal convictions, I would like to stress that this record in no way endorses a belief in the occult. It took me a while to figure out something. And what it's originally from, in a slightly different way, is from the opening to the Thriller mini-movie by Michael Jackson that was produced by John Landis. That ran in front of the music video itself. Something akin to this. I think it was due to my strong personal convictions. I wish to stress that this video in no way endorses a belief in the occult. So he went with it on there. Now the question is, why did he go with it on this particular album? By the way, let me show you the cover of the album because you saw the inside. This is the cover to Spirit Phone, and as you can see, it's kind of a cybernetic guy holding a cybernetic cat. It's just a really cool looking cover. Let's show you the music that's inside, and then I'll get to the whole story about why that quote was included on the inside of the jacket. Now, if you'll notice, it is absolutely gorgeous. This is side one. Because of the name of the album, Spirit Phone, they used an old dial phone for the center label. And then this is side two. And both albums look that way. I only have the candy version. That's what this one's called. There was also a smoke version available. What type of music this is think of a combination of early 80s synth pop, Devo, Oingo Boingo, things like that, and you get a feel for it, and it's really catchy, really good. And I really honestly could see Danny Elfman putting something like this out, even nowadays that he does movie scores and all. Going back to what that quote was on the inside cover, it's the tail end of the song, the first song on the album, Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, Lifetime Achievement Award is all about is digging up Michael Jackson and resurrecting him. This was written about 6 months after his death, which is indicated in the lyrics, which explains why they used a quote from the Michael Jackson Thriller video. Then, when I made that connection, it made complete sense. And yes, the album is spooky, but it is also very funny. And then there's Touch-Tone Telephone, which is awesome. As Your Father, I Expressly Forbid It. And the extras, I'm surprised they actually included bonus tracks on the actual LP itself, and even more bonus tracks on the downloadable portion of the record. And I think some of the bonus tracks are even better than what was included on the full album itself. Moving on, Logan Whitehurst and the Junior Science Club, Goodbye, My 4-Track. Let me get it straight there, and let me get it to where you can actually see the cover and see my face together. This is, again, a gatefold, and it's actually a pretty gorgeous gatefold. Logan Whitehurst is a comedic artist, again, who put out some really good music, but he also ran into some tragedy in his life. There's one side of the gatefold, there's the other side. By the age of 27 or 28, I think it was, unfortunately, he passed away from cancer. You know, leaving this and a couple of other projects as his legacy. That's why they wanted to get this out. And as I said, Dr. Demento called this specific album the Sgt. Pepper of comedy records. And I would tend to agree with that because the themes are all over the map, the sounds are all over the map, there's plenty of experimentation. It sounds somewhat like They Might Be Giants. No. He's definitely his own thing, I think. It's hard to compare him with anybody. He can jump from fast and frenetic 1 minute to really calm and mellow songs, acoustic the next. My favorite track on the record actually has a special significance to me. The whole album is fantastic and funny. It's not just songs. There are actually a couple of comedy routines on here. Let me look at a couple of things. Happy Noodle versus Sad Noodle is easily one of my favorites. Word from Farkle is a comedy routine that is just the best, I think, on here when it comes to the comedy bits versus the music bits. Lizard and Fish is pretty good. Again, I love Robot Cat. Me and the Snowman is really good. All of those are really, really awesome. And it serves as a lasting tribute, again, to Logan Whitehurst and his legacy. Oh, let me go back and show you the actual records for the Logan Whitehurst release before I get into that last one. I'm going to pull them out here. Give me a second. Because each one is a different color. It's a double album. And I will pull them out. I apologize. Here it comes. As you can see, this one is a dark green. That's album number 1. And album number 2, or sides 3 and 4, are, some people call it orange, some people call it salmon, but I'll show it to you here real quick. And there you go. That is record 2. It looks more orange in this light for sure. Anyway, moving on. We are going to go back to the current release that just came out. Something that I can't pronounce. It's looks like it's an Indian symbol, as in like India Indian symbol. It looks like a 30 with like a little smiley over top of it. But there's a reason for that. It's the style of music that they put out. Now, I'm not normally into Vaporwave, but what I did this morning is I went ahead and listened to the record itself on Bandcamp, and it is amazing. What I'll do is I'll actually put a link down to Needlejuice Records down in the description, so that if you want a copy of it, you can go over there and pick yours up. 4 tracks are Atmosphere, OM, O-M, although they use other symbols to represent that, Earth as the 3rd track, and it finishes out with Heaven. I am telling you, if you want that particular album, and if you're into Vaporwave, I would say that if you like Mindspring Memories, get this album. One last little thing about Needlejuice Records is they pulled what I thought was an April Fool's prank a few weeks ago on April 1st. Since April 1st was a Monday, they put it out that they were releasing a lot of their releases on 8-track for that week only. And I talked to them about it, and they said, no, this is not a joke, this is for real. So for 1 week only, they put out Polygon Wanaland, they put out one of Nuclear Bubble Wrap's albums, they put out or whatever that's called, that Vaporwave album. They put out, I can't even remember all. Goodbye My 4-track was one of them. Spirit Phone was one of them for sure. All on 8-track. Now, the one by Mindspring Memories was limited to 20 copies because they inserted an LED into the 8-track shell itself. And the rest of them, they basically kept taking orders until Saturday night at the end of that week, and they will go ahead and make how many ever were ordered. And I thought that was really cool. I didn't personally get an 8-track from them. If I had an 8-track player, it would have given me an excuse because this is all new music, and I dig new music. Now, I'm trying not to give you the impression that they're strictly comedy music. I mean, yeah, that's kind of their base, that's kind of what they know. But as you can see with Mindspring Memory, they are branching out into other genres. And yeah, I really think that this is going to sell out really, really quickly. So if you want that particular release, I suggest you go out and get it now. And moving on to the final record that I have from Needlejuice. It is called, let me see here, The People's Choice Music. Let me show you the cover. The cover is insane. You can see it here. What it is this one is intentionally bad music. What they did is they did a survey to find out what types of music people loved and what types of people music hated, and they put out the worst music they could possibly come up with. So if you want something that is good because it's intentionally bad, this is an album to go with. I mean, it is very, very hard to listen to, all of side 2. Now, they put it out in a couple of different patterns. One, I think they referred to as Baby Poop. I can't remember off the top of my head. And one is a weird spiral lollipop looking one, and that's actually the one I have. Let me pull it out of the sleeve for you here, and I will show you what I mean. It is, I hate to say it, but it's ugly, but it's ugly in a good way. But there it is. You can kind of see the yellow on that one. On that side, you can see it better there. That's the other side. So if you're into, let's say, really, really, really bad records that are intentionally bad, then this is something that you might want. Also, they just have one record come out. Anyway, that's what I know for now about Needlejuice Records. And if you enjoyed what you've been seeing on my channel lately, just click on that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up to show that you've liked what I've done. Also, if you want to get notified as to when more videos of mine are coming out, you want to click that little bell button next to the subscribe button down below, and then you'll get notified every time a video is posted. Once again, thanks for watching.